Hello everyone! As my time in London wraps up, my notebook is filled with new video ideas and recipes. But now, it's time to get in a London black taxi and make my way from Paddington to Heathrow. 55 pounds later, I'm standing in front of Terminal 3 and time to check in with British Airways. Check-in was a breeze and very friendly, and well, I only wish security could be as fast back home. So far, a great travel day until that ominous voice came over the speaker. British Airways to Montreal will be delayed 3 hours due to weather. Damn it. So, trying to make the best of everything, I made my way to the BA lounge for some free food and drinks. Nothing is free, it's a paid part of my ticket. The lounge is warm and inviting and quiet. I take a table overlooking the runway and order a couple of drinks and some food to go along with them as time passes. Then again, there was that voice. British Airways to Montreal will be delayed another 2 hours. They needed to find a new crew for the plane. Yep, it's going to be one of those travel days. So a total of 8 hours later, the voice came on again and another delay. We were queued to get on board, happy at last to get on the plane for the flight home, and as if someone was telling me something, poof, the lights in the airport went black. Another delay, but we were told to stay in the queue and would be boarding shortly, and 45 minutes later I was in my somewhat comfy seat. Drinks and snacks were served. I do like business class. And soon we were taking off, at last. Now I don't know about you all, but when we are in the air and the captain starts making announcements, to me it can't be good. And I was right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. We regret to inform you that we will not be able to land in Montreal as planned due to weather, and as so we'll be flying to Toronto. Arrangements are being made to get you to Montreal and should be sorted by the time we arrive. So after all the delays, being up early for the flight, and now this detour and the time to make the trip from Toronto to Montreal, I could have flown to Japan faster. We make it to Toronto at last, and the lines for security and customs, I can see this is going to take a while. Well, sure enough, 3 hours later, I am legally back home in Canada. Still 6 hours from my home, but in Canada. I find a Tim Hortons to get an extra large double-double and get a hotel. The hotel is nice and it better be for the price. A good night's sleep and it's time to make my way home. By the way, British Airways' plan on getting us back to Montreal was to give us $300 and say thank you for flying with us. The 9-hour train from Toronto to Montreal was great. Love seeing Canada from a via train, and if you get the chance, it's worth it if you have the time. So now I am home. Montreal at last. Getting a poutine at La Belle Provence by the train station and an Uber and I am home. But now, it's time to sleep for 2 or 3 days.